call the meeting to order. It's 5:30. Let's stand. Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And with the roll call, Marcus is here. Jaden Bailey.
Here.
Alan Stewart.
Here.
William Gutschalk.
Here.
Jeff Spink.
Here.
Doug Tusted.
Here.
Mr. Owens is not here. Steve Skeet.
Here.
Wolf Schmidt. Stephen Rosenthal.
Here.
Didn't miss anybody, did I?
Nope.
So we have two absent, Mr. Owens, Mr. Schmidt. We have the minutes. You all have approved, have reviewed the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting?
So moved.
Doug?
Second.
Got it. Jason Bailey?
Yep.
Alan Stewart?
Yes.
William Gutschalk?
Yes.
Jeff Spink?
Yes.
Doug Tysted?
Yes.
Steve Skeet?
Abstain, I was not here.
Steve Rosenthal?
Yes.
Consent agenda. We have four cases on the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Do you want the secretary's report?
Oh, I do? Did I miss that? Oh, I'm sorry, Amy.
No problem. As mentioned, there are 4 plats on the consent agenda, so once you approve the agenda, they would automatically be approved. And then we have 2 plats on the regular agenda. I just wanted to point out at your seats, you should have received 2 pieces of papers. The first is a memo from Suburban Water about the Atwood Acres subdivision, which is on that regular agenda, and about water availability to that site. The second was a resident communication we received this morning pertaining to 2 plats on the consent agenda, the Turner Farms Estates West and the Turner Farms Estates Plat. It seems like he has some concerns about access from Cantrell Road and 206th Street for those subdivisions. I just wanted to clarify that those access points have been reviewed by the Public Works Department and they have signed off on the proposed locations. But I just wanted to make you aware that we did receive that communication. So unless you have anything else, that is all we have for the Secretary's report.
Thank you, Amy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now I can get to approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Also moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Got it. Call the roll. Jaden Bailey.
Yes.
Alan Stewart.
Yes.
William Gutschalk.
Yes.
Jeff Spink.
Yes.
Doug Tysted.
Yes.
Steve Skeet.
Yes.
Stephen Rosenthal.
Yes.
We'll move to the regular agenda. Leavenworth County Planning Commission will now hear case number DEV 23-075 and 076, preliminary and final plat, Radar Farms, as outlined in the posted agenda. This is not a public hearing item. Planning staff will now give a staff report.
All right. So as mentioned, before you is case DEV 23-075 and 076. This is a preliminary and final plat for Radar Farms. for the property located at 28288 167th Street. They are proposing to subdivide this parcel into two lots, one 5-acre lot and one over 40-acre lot. As you have been provided in the agenda packet, this property is located within 660 feet of the city of Leavenworth. So, of course, they had to be notified about the potential split. They responded that they would not require that this specific plat be hooked into city water or city sewer. So part of that waiver for sewer or septic systems has been requested. Staff is supportive of that waiver because, of course, the city of Leavenworth is not requiring them to hook in. Additionally, this request does require a lot width to lot depth exception. The applicant has provided a narrative for their exception request, so if you have questions for them about that narrative, I know the applicant agent is in attendance. Also, just wanted to point out that the 5-acre lot would be accessing off of Michaels Road. They're on the southern side of the property. And the other lot would be accessing off of 167th Street on the western portion of the property. So if you have any other questions, please let me know.
Does the applicant wish to speak?
Joe Herring Surveying, 315 North 5th. Staff covered the plat very well. Just here to answer any questions concerning the exceptions, if you have any, or if this is the right time. There is a gas line that runs through it, so, and a very steep hill.
Joe, just a quick question. Saw a comment in there that apparently safety personnel had gone down that particular road that is leading up towards the two ponds on the west side of the property. Is that access that we're talking about coming off 167th Street supposed to be another approach on that there, or?
I'm not following.
I believe what he's referring to is the email from the fire district. He had questions about the Circle Drive, what was in the right-of-way and what was not in the right-of-way. We spoke with the fire chief on that, and we let him know that that Circle Drive is primarily on the applicant's property. So it's private drive and not any way in the roadway. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Is 167th private?
167th is a public roadway. It does dead end approximately a third the way up there along that western boundary line.
That's when it goes into the loop?
Yep. Well, actually, prior to that, but the loop it comes back in at the end of that dead end.
Yeah.
So.
And there is a house on your right of way, right? Am I mixing up?
There is a house on that would be on lot 1, but it's not in the right of way.
Okay, it's on the setback though.
It's partially within the setback. Yes.
Yeah, I saw that it had to 51%. Yes. Was destroyed by fire. They had to relocate the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there any additional information to be presented? Thanks, Joe.
No, sir.
Are there any questions or comments from the members of the commission? Any additional?
We have to grant a waiver for the lot width to lot depth.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's it. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the exception as it's made to this case.
I'll make it. The Planning Commission hereby approve the exception on Article 50, Section 40.3I, lot to depth width for the Raider Farm subdivision as submitted by the application based on the finding that the three criteria of the exception has been met.
Second.
Jason. Okay. Is there any discussion of the motion?
Can I ask real quick, the three criteria for the exception, How are they met again? I didn't fully understand how you said they were met.
So staff does not provide a recommendation on exceptions. The narrative that is provided by the applicant, you guys are weighing whether or not it meets those 3 requirements.
Okay. I'm good.
You good?
Yep.
All right. Do a roll call vote. Jaden Bailey,
Yes.
Alan Stewart,
Yes.
William Gutschall,
Yes.
Jeff Spink,
Yes.
Doug Tysted,
Yes.
Steve Skeet,
Yes.
and Stephen Rosenthal.
Yes.
The motion is carried. 7-0. The motion is carried by a vote of 7-0. I will now entertain a motion to approve the plat.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we approve the plat for DEV-23-05-0, I'm sorry, did I give that right? -23-075-076,
That's right.
as presented by staff and in consideration of the Golden factors.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the motion? On the final plat? All right, I'll begin with a roll call vote. Jaden Bailey,
Yes.
Alan Stewart,
Yes.
William Gutschall,
Yes.
Jeff Spink,
Yes.
Doug Tysted,
Yes.
Steve Skeet,
Yes.
and Stephen Rosenthal.
Yes.
The motion is carried 7-0. The Board of County Commissioners will consider this item no earlier than August 23rd, 2023 at 9 a.m. in the Leavenworth County Courthouse. The Leavenworth County Planning Commission will now hear case DEV 23-077 and 078. Preliminary and final plat, Atwood Acres, as outlined in the posted agenda. This is not a public hearing item. Staff report?
Again, this is case number DEV 23077 and 078, also known as the Atwood Acres Preliminary and Final Plat. The applicant is proposing to subdivide a 2-lot subdivision at 18275 182nd Street. Both parcels will be accessing off of 182nd Street. Of note, really, is just that this would require a lot depth to lot width exception for Lot 1, as it does not meet the 1 to 3.5 ratio as expressed in your staff report. Again, the applicant has provided a narrative, so as you guys just did, you will need to consider whether or not it does meet the 3 requirements for that. We again would request that be a separate motion. Otherwise, staff has gone through everything in the staff report, so if you have any questions, let me know.
Does the applicant wish to speak? Is there any additional information to be presented?
I have a question.
Absolutely, sir.
Is the
Questions or
frontage
comments from the members?
is the frontage acceptable on the road on both lots?
Yes, so this property is zoned RR 2.5, so it needs a minimum of 200 feet of frontage.
Okay.
Good question. Any other questions or comments from the members here? Well, I will entertain a motion to approve the exception.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the exception for the lot to width exception for DEV 23077-078 as recommended by the staff.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion of the motion? Roll call vote. Jaden Bailey.
Yes.
Alan Stork.
Yes.
William Guschoff.
Yes.
Jess Pink.
Yes.
Doug Tysted.
Yes.
Steve Ski.
Yes.
And Stephen Rosenthal.
Yes.
The motion is carried 7-0. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the plat as stated.
Mr. Chairman, I propose that we, in the case of DEV 23-077/078, that we approve the preliminary and final plat as
Second.
recommended by the staff in consideration of the golden factors.
Second.
Second. We have a first and a second. Is there any discussion of the motion? Do a roll call vote. Jaden Bailey.
Yes.
Alan Stork.
Yes.
William Guschoff.
Yes.
Jess Pink.
Yes.
Doug Tysted.
Yes.
Steve Ski.
Yes.
And Stephen Rosenthal.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0. The Board of County Commissioners will consider this item no earlier than August 23rd, 2023 at 9 a.m. in Leavenworth County Courthouse. This time I'll do the adjournment of the Planning Commission, right? All right. Adjournment of the Planning Commission.